people of Texas are experiencing an invasion.
I'm here to let you know that the invasion is real.
The Biden administration won't do a thing about it.
Governor Abbott, we're asking you to step up even more than you have.
My county comes first, followed by the state.
So several Texas border counties invoking the Constitution, declaring the migrant surge as an invasion. At least 6 counties have declared an invasion or are considering it, arguing the administration has failed to protect them. I'm going to bring in Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Sir, good morning to you. Saw you in the clip there. Make your case about this invasion.
Yeah, good morning, Bill, and it's great to hear from Melugin down there about the facts on the border. I was in Eagle Pass yesterday morning, and when Jeh Johnson in 2014 under the Obama administration said that we had a crisis with 1,000 people a day being apprehended, we're now at 7,000 or 8,000 a day. When I was down there, I met with people coming from Cuba, from Venezuela, from Nicaragua, all explaining how they pay cartels to come here, talking about where they're, having to deal with the rampant problems that we've got down on the border. They're dealing with the heat. Their kids, they're having all sorts of dehydration issues. And Border Patrol has to step in and help them. Border Patrol is processing human beings. I went to a brand new facility in Eagle Pass designed to process people and release them. It's not asylum claims, Bill. They're releasing them. And Texas bears the brunt of that. We are dealing with an invasion. We are dealing with Texans dying from fentanyl pouring into our communities. Our ranchers are getting overrun. Their livestock are getting out. Their fences are getting cut. Our communities are dealing with that. So all of these leaders in the counties in South Texas are asking for is that Texas step up and we go do what the federal government refuses to do.
Yeah,
and let me say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue. Finish your thought.
Well, people are going to say that this is somehow a slap at Governor Abbott or Attorney General Paxton. It is not. They are stepping into the breach, and Texas is the collateral damage of a federal government that is leaving us dangling.
Yeah.
What we're trying to say,
listen, I know you're up against it. And we're the only network that seems to cover this story. I hear you loud and clear. Jonathan Turley was with us yesterday. He said he can invoke the Constitution on this. It's not going to fly. I mean, legally, can you even push this forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, what the actual law says is that in the Constitution is that if the federal government is not upholding its end of the bargain to secure the border, the states, it falls back to the states. And the only judicial ruling on this says that. It says it goes back to the states. Texas has an obligation as a sovereign entity itself to defend its people. The Constitution recognized that specifically. The history bears that out. So what I'm asking for is for all of the leaders of the state, local, county, state leaders, to recognize that and for us to declare an invasion and act accordingly. Make a court strike that down. Let's have that fight. Let's elevate the fact that Texas is taking it on the chin and go use our constitutional authority in a republic. Go do what the federal government is purposefully refusing to do, Bill. And that's what Mayorkas is doing. Now, I've introduced legislation and I'll keep fighting.
Yeah,
but the federal government is failing.
I got another topic for you. At least a dozen House Republicans are pushing for answers as to why some Trump-era immigration judges have been dismissed from their jobs. Here's one of them. Matthew O'Brien is his name, was on with Laura last night. Watch.
The Biden administration is trying to turn the immigration court into essentially a free candy store so that anyone who appears in front of the immigration court winds up getting some kind of benefit or being allowed to stay in the United States. And that's not what the courts were designed to do.
Wrote a letter to A.G. Garland. I'm sure they're frustrated on this front as well. In part, it reads this. Your department has reportedly ousted at least a half dozen Trump-appointed judges without legitimate justification for the termination. It appears to us your department's motives are nefarious. Care to comment on that?
Well, let me just say this. When Alejandro Mayorkas appeared before me on the House Judiciary Committee, and I asked him, do you have operational control of the border? He looked at me straight in the eye and said, yes. Bill, when we've got 800 and something thousand known gotaways over the last year and a half. So do I believe that the administration is undermining what the great people at DHS who are trying to do their job for political purposes? Hell yeah, I believe that. They are purposely blowing up our border, purposely refusing to execute the laws of the United States. And the laws require that they detain people at the border. They're refusing to do it. And look, I don't begrudge the immigrants who want a better way of life. I begrudge the bureaucrats and the politicians who are endangering Americans, endangering migrants, and Texas has to step up because they won't, and that's the reality.
May not change until November, and maybe not even then. Chip Roy, thank you for your time coming on today.
Thanks, Bill.
You bet.